All right. Let's do it. We're on episode 40. Rise and Grind episode 40. That means we've done it 40 times. I'm not sure what else that means. Alexa. There we go. Oops. Hey, it's Vant. How's it going, Vant? Good morning. I don't know what time it is for you. Good afternoon, maybe. Let's look at our character. We need, nope, not the shop. We need inventory and definitely a weird contraption, because why not? I'm thinking I got enough time this morning. I'm thinking we're gonna baby Barsoom. We might only go like 2 hours, 2.5 hours, but just came home. It's almost 2 p.m. Perfect timing. Perfect. Yeah, it's 5:40 a.m. right now here. Usually I start earlier than this, but I don't have to work today, so let's baby Barsoom it. And we can also keep track of our 3 hours. 2 hours and 59 minutes already. Jeez, time flies. Alright, we already grabbed astrolabes from the jeweler, so let's go knock out these breaches, and then we'll probably run just some challenges over and over, try to get some gold real quick. Actually, I got another blood sack yesterday, so we could roll some boots. We could roll some boots. Okay, so Barrage says it does 3,800 to 4,800 basically. So what I want to do is look when we hit. It just seems like we're consistently doing higher than that, which to me tells me the conversion to physical damage is actually working properly now. And the crits are massive, but there was just a 38 though. But I'm seeing a lot of like 59s. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how to like 100% verify that it's working, which I think is why it didn't work for so long. .8 dex to physical damage. So we have 2015 dex times 0.128. So that's 258 more strength, basically. I don't know what I'm like trying to really figure out, but it's kind of like a weird ability. I had like no sleep. I feel like a zombie. Sometimes that's cool, but most of the time I would like some sleep. Not even 50% functioning to Tudia. I would say so. I mean, I don't know. I guess that all depends why you didn't sleep. The thing about not getting to sleep is like if you were just trying to sleep and you're just laying there awake, or if like something bad happened or you're sick, then that's a bummer. If you were like up partying or playing video games all night, then it's like kind of cool, right? Health regenerate and physical damage boost. A mediocre canopic jar. Just have some nights where I can't fall asleep. I do try and I feel a little rested, but I don't like playing video games at night. Yeah, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I have nights like that occasionally too, where it's just like, nope, not sleeping tonight. But I'm still kind of asleep right now. um, oh man, this guy seems tough. Get a crit. I think we're gonna get him. We got him with the 52,000 damage crit. Oops, we just reran. Well, I guess that's fine. Rerun is fine, I guess, if it takes it. That means our inventory is still empty enough from the big salvage event. I've just been stocking up items too. I need to salvage like 100 items, but I can't. No, I know what you mean. You probably saw it in the video, but I went through and like just brutally salvaged a ton of stuff. But most of what I salvaged wasn't actually worth hanging on to. I just was hanging on to it. In your case, it's probably a lot more good stuff. So I think I might have talked about this before. We got that cruiser in really fast. But obviously we have our roadmap. First thing on it is the challenge update. The second thing is the stash. But me and TJ were talking, and we're definitely, before he does any more work on the challenge update, we're getting the wardrobe fixed. That's basically our number one priority, is figuring out the wardrobe bug right now, because we cannot have people losing cosmetics that they pay for, whether it be crystals or real money. It's just it just can't be happening. So that's going to be the first priority thing, and as soon as that's fixed, happened a couple times to me lately. Yeah, it sucks because it's definitely happening. Supposedly the problem is that for some reason it's pulling TJ's, because TJ runs his character in Unity. So when he's playing the development build and working on the game, he literally has his own character open in Unity. And for some reason, when you push a Unity build, a build from Unity, I should say, a game build from Unity, it occasionally wants to save his character's stuff, which it doesn't do it for inventory, but for some reason it's doing it for wardrobe. And if I had to guess, it's probably because wardrobe is just a yes and no. It's just like a list of like, do you have this or don't you? Like, can you access this cosmetic or can you not? Whereas the inventory is like, what items does this player have? So it actually has to go and grab the items, load them up, the stats for every individual one, all that stuff. So it's more of like a loading thing, whereas the wardrobe is more of like just a check. I was going to use ephemeral orb as cosmetic, but I couldn't. And this would be a good point to reiterate, if anybody needs anything back in their inventory, I can do that for you. So maybe wait till I'm off stream, but I can definitely get you an ephemeral orb again. And that would be a good check too. Like if I give you the ephemeral orb. Yeah, see, I don't have one either. Yeah, just remind me next time when the stream's over. No rush. No, there's no rush, but also it's really easy to do, so I have to just get the code for ephemeral orb, make a code to give you, and I don't even have to click save on it. I just type it in and it's good. So but yeah, I think it's basically the same issue that hide headgear has. It just doesn't want to pull that information for some reason. Like, you return to town sometimes and your headgear is just back on, even though it's checked to not be there. I was gonna get my bit regen done first, then I'll hop on Dodo. Was pretty busy yesterday. I've been skipping the regen a few days lately, but also regen holds almost no value for me anymore, so it's fine. Still haven't found like a really good champorado or a cookie yet. Yeah, I think the other thing about Dungeons of the Obelisk is that it doesn't like punish you for not doing your regen, which is kind of how I designed it. Like, yeah, you don't get more regen at a point, but it also, like, I don't know, it just feels like to me like you can just log in and do it, but if you miss a day, it's not like, oh, sorry, you lose this huge streak that you had. And maybe that's to our detriment, but I don't know. I just think in game design, like, let's say we made this game excuse me, 10 years ago, I would absolutely have those things in the game because they would make people come back and play more. But I think we're getting to a point in society, I guess, where it's like every game has those, so nobody cares anymore. It's like you check out a game, it's not gonna like force you to like you play at like the most basic game, you download some like stupid junk on your phone that's like a crossword puzzle every day, and it's like, oh, you're losing your streak for your freaking daily crossword puzzle, and like nobody cares. And I think Dodo is like that now. It's like you don't need another daily streak to try and maintain. Come play the game because you want to play the game, right? And I feel like that is better now. I get like what, 200 crystals, spectacular. Of course it adds up if you run it consistently. That's why I was consistent, but now I have all the crystals I need. Yeah, really nobody cares. I have 260 plus day chess streak. Oops. Let's return to Topia. Also, my Nvidia thing keeps telling me about games. Like, I think it's like I get that people play like Battlegrounds and stuff, and that's all fine, but like I don't need to like start my computer or sit down at my computer and get a pop-up that shows me like a gun. It's just like a picture of a gun, and it's like, play this game now, Nvidia, and I'm like, really? Like, I don't know. Yeah, really not needed. It's kind of like, I don't know. Like, it's bizarre. Yeah, so I think like the calendar is cool in Dungeons of the Obelisk, but you can just literally get all of them. So if you just started today, you can get all the stuff. I think that's a cool way to do it. At some point you have to like miss out, like we can't just have the calendar hung forever. The gap between where Flygon Chew is now and the top of the board is kind of huge. Wonder how long till to bridge the gap. How long it'll take to bridge the gap. Yeah. I'm not like going super hard with Flygon Chew. I would like to beat this. If I can just go 1 second sooner, I could be between Clone and Shinigami. Also, I'm number 4 on Paragon level now. I've surpassed Clone 334. Maybe I should turn off like legendary notifications and stuff. Get these two off, and then maybe turn off like numbers. Try to just go real fast. Yeah, it's not like they're any good most of the time. Yeah, I can always sort them later. I just like seeing them, right? Like I like knowing that I got something. But yeah, I should turn them off and try to get that speed. So let's just smash these, right? $1,400. You know what? Let's craft first, because if we craft and we get like the most amazing pair of boots, then there's no reason to run Moe's anymore. We could like try for pants or something. Hold on, my allergies are killing me at the moment. I'll be right back. I'm just annoyed with them more than anything at this point. I want XP, not champion materials. I want gold, not sets. I do have a few items I'd like better rolls on, but that's only a couple items. Yeah, I get it. I guess that's why you can turn off the notifications for them. We do have it on the to-do list to remove notifications for, not remove, add a selector for notifications for champion godly items. But we'll get there eventually. So, oh yeah, I was talking and then I had to get blow my nose. Let's craft. I remember when we had no sewer slime. That wasn't that long ago. Let's do it. Come on, boots. Crit damage. Pretty high roll on crit damage. We'll keep them. Probably not the boots we're looking for. Yeah, man, sewer slime was rough for many for a while. Yeah, and it's just because we weren't doing dungeons, right? Everyone who played before challenges has plenty. Yeah. So let's keep going on those. I think the boots we have are still the best. I'm not sure exactly what boots we're looking for. These ones could definitely go now with the crit damage, since we have these new 20% crit damage boots. Yeah, the ones we're wearing are definitely the best. Yeah, I do feel, excuse me, I do feel a little bad that the challenge update is gonna slow the game down a little bit, and you're not gonna be able to like fully smash challenges endlessly anymore. But I think as far as the gameplay loop and everything, I think it's gonna be better. It may feel weird to current players, but I think new players are gonna be like, oh yeah, this makes sense. It's good, much better. Yeah, for sure. I definitely, I mean, I thought about it before I did it. So like the way we design stuff, sorry about that, I had to like sneeze. I am going to go grab some more allergy medicine. I meant to take it and I didn't, so I'm gonna go do that and be right back. Sorry about that. It's gonna take a minute for that medicine to kick in, so I'll probably still be sneezing a bit, but this might be one of the best cookies we've gotten so far. Pretty good on a major trait, pretty good on the health regenerate, and then also rolled health regenerate and some crit damage and some experience boost. Pretty good rolls on everything. Doesn't look that good to you? Well, you have like perfect gear. I'm just saying it's probably the best cookie that I've rolled. I don't think I've gotten one better than... Like, if you're running cookie, you want the health regenerate, right? So having 7.8 health regenerate, I think is kinda good. Crit damage always is good. Also, I rolled 3 solstice snaps in a row, so that's a tic-tac-toe. But yeah, tickets from dungeons, good incentive to do regen. Yeah, so I learned a lesson in game design from challenges, which is all game modes from now on are going to have their own energy, their own currency or whatever. So that way, no matter what, they're never competing with each other. Because like it made sense when we added challenges to just use energy, because we didn't want to have to like design a new, like, it's minor, but like everything takes time, right? So we would have had to do another like we would have had to do another bunch of work to get challenges in, and at the time, oh, we just got 4 in a row solstice snaps. That one not so good. Yeah, unless the cycle, like if you have boss rush challenge cycling in and out monthly or bi-weekly or something. Yeah, but the problem with that is then people would decide like, oh, boss rush is better than challenges, so I'm gonna not do challenges and save all my tickets for the month and then do boss rush or whatever. Like it would still not work. It would still cause the same problems. Like, no matter what, each event is gonna be, one event's gonna be better than the other, right? So it's gonna cause the same problem, which it might not be as major, but like, yeah, it depends on how the loot pool looks. So basically, in order for it to not cause the problem that we had with dungeons and challenges, they would have to be like identical, right? And that's impossible, because then if they were identical, they'd be the same thing. Look at this double attack chance. Actually, it's kind of mediocre. 4.4 double attack chance, and then really low on the mana regen. So like, I don't know. I think as a rule, 3 is max roll and you got 2.2 on both. That is true. Low is 1, so they're slightly above. Grave Filler with Lifesteal and Mana Regenerate. Not the worst Grave Filler, but I think the one we have is better. 307. Climbing up in the world. Another Solstice Snap. Life Steal and double attack chance. Movement speed. Does Bit Heroes use the same currency for rotating events? It does, actually. As some for Trials Gauntlet, they function differently but has same loot pool. And also guild events use the same. And do you ever feel like you should save your tickets to do one or the other? So I have to sneeze. A jar. A troll piercer. I always save my badges for invasion or expedition because guild vs guild holds less value in comparison, but whales typically don't mind pushing guild vs guild because they have more badges. See, I think there's lots of ways to do things, and none of them are technically wrong. So if it works for them, and they're not seeing any like downside to it, I think that's fine. But I feel like in general, gameplay that causes you to not want to do one thing and save up for another thing, or just to do, you have two things you could do and one of them is just always more optimal, then I feel like that's a bad gameplay loop. But maybe they've got it balanced enough. You need way more badges to get value out of guild versus guild, but if you have less badges, then expeditions, invasions have more value. See, I feel like, I don't know what the rewards are for guild versus guild, but I feel like guild versus guild probably helps your guild, right? Whereas invasions and other stuff helps yourself more. So I feel like you'd be incentivized to like save up and help your guild, right? Or is that not the case? And it's also basically same as PvP rewards. I think for them it probably works because they rotate events. So you're never really... So Guild vs Guild and PvP use different currencies, but normal players push PvP instead of their stuff because Guild vs Guild is a whale event. Yeah, if it wasn't rotating, this would be scuffed. Yeah. I think, like I said, I think there's lots of ways to do it. And there's lots of ways that are probably fine to do it. I think going forward, Dungeons of the Obelisk policy is going to be the events have their own currencies. So I don't foresee us making rotating events anytime soon. I think the rotation of the events is going to be more like well, as I'm saying it, I'm thinking about so like when we have World Boss, the rotation of World Boss is eventually going to be that there's different World Bosses. So there's always just going to be one World Boss attacking at a time, and once it's defeated, then a new World Boss shows up. So when we start, it's only going to be one, but I have like 6 designs for World Bosses, so we'll eventually add in another one, and there will be a rotation of them. So that's going to be what makes it that's going to be what keeps it interesting, and then it'll just have its own currency to do it. But as I'm saying it, I do realize that challenges, I mean, we're going to end up with 8-9 different challenges that all use the same currency. But it doesn't currently seem like any one challenge takes precedent over the others. If you remember the idea I told you about with the boss having random buffs and debuffs, I played a couple games with mechanics like that, and it felt fresh every time despite being a new boss almost daily. Yeah, so the problem I foresee with World Boss is the World Boss is going to have a mechanic that basically always kills you, because you can't just spam against it for like 48 hours and kill it yourself, right? So it has to have a mechanic that kills you within like 10 to 20 turns ish, something like that. We'll play with it and see what feels right, but it's always going to have a mechanic that does kill you like 99.9% of the time. So that means that offensive traits aren't really important, because the mechanic is going to be like, it poisons you, it charges up and eventually kills you, it gains dexterity until it kills you, it gains thorns until it kills you. So like if you have a World Boss that kills you with thorns, then there's no reason for it to have like crit damage in its minor rotation. So all that's going to end up doing is it's going to, if it has random traits, they would most of the time have to be defensive traits. So it's going to be damage reduction, block, dodge, I'm forgetting one, and health regen it can't have, because otherwise a low level player could go in and then the boss would regen health against them. So the boss the World Boss will have to have no way to gain health, otherwise it would be going up and down all the time and potentially just always gaining against lower level players and never dying. And then the difference between the boss having block and damage reduction and dodge doesn't seem that interesting to me. So, like what's the difference between like, oh, the boss rolled 10% dodge this time, or he rolled 20% block this time? It seems to me like just having different bosses is the way to eventually go with that. So when it first comes out, yeah, the boss is always going to be the same, but eventually we'll have a rotation of bosses that have different traits and different abilities. If there was a boss like that you fought and killed by yourself daily or something like Karuzaran, then having random traits on it might make sense. But on having something that is so powerful and takes so long to kill, it doesn't. I'm not seeing it. I've thought about it a lot, and it just seems like not confusing, but it just seems like the boss should have its stats, and then having different bosses is where you get the variety from. I think at least for that game mode, it is what makes sense, at least to me. I'm still thinking about it too, because we're probably a month or two out before we actually start fully developing it. As long as they don't regen health, it's fine. Stale. I'm not sure. I'm not sure why you're asking me stale now, because I was rambling for a while now.
Hello, this is Clone334, and if you're enjoying Clone the Radio and you want to hear new tracks before they're officially released, then you might want to check out my Patreon at patreon.com/clone334. You get access to all my new music as soon as I make it, before it goes on the radio or on Bandcamp or streaming. So that's patreon.com/clone334. And now back to the music.
Oh yeah, I was looking for a word. No, the word would be like, stale wouldn't be it, because it would mix it up a bit. The word I was thinking of would be more like, it's not necessarily confusing, because people are smart enough to figure it out if it had different stats each time, but I think the stats are what makes a mob, right? So like if I had Moes, but they rolled all kinds of different stats each time, then it wouldn't be a Mo. Like it would feel more like homogenized or something. Like it would just be like, oh, this is a Mo, but sometimes it has crit chance, and sometimes it has double attack, and sometimes it has lifesteal, and sometimes it has mana regen. But the lifesteal is what makes it like canonically, like flavorfully a Mo, right? Because it's a mosquito and it steals life when it drinks blood. But you wouldn't, like, you obviously wouldn't do that for a mob that you get 8 of and kill in one hit. But at the same time, I feel the same way about it for like bigger bosses and stuff too, I think. I think it's an interesting game design concept. Like, if we had a mob that was a chameleon, and every time it spawned, it just had different traits, I think that would be cool and flavorful, and it would feel like a chameleon mob, right? You kind of need a lot of mobs already to pull it off, whereas random traits feels fine. Are we still talking about World Boss? I was there. Okay, so how do I explain it? So there's a good chance, like I said, I have 6 different designs. Oh no, I got your idea of it. Yeah, so random traits would work good if it was like a dungeon type thing and you were fighting the boss on your own, right? I just meant like all the games I played with random traits, they have like 15 different bosses and 35 normal enemies. Yeah. Yeah, I just, like I said, I'll think about anything, but I've thought about it and I've decided that I don't think it makes sense for world boss. But like they had dungeons that give you debuffs and boss fights that roll random special abilities. Basically, like maybe sometimes the boss burns you, other times it freezes you, etc. Like chance to freeze attackers or something, right? So I still understand what you're saying, but I think for a boss like world boss, and it would differ between each boss, right? So for world boss, the mechanic that kills you every battle is gonna be the defining feature of that world boss. Now, is there room for it to potentially have random other abilities? Yes, but for the most part, like world boss is going to be around for like a week, right? Like it's going to take like some time for everybody to kill him. So let's hope that's the case and I don't just steamroll it. So there's gonna be a mechanic in place where, right? So like right now we don't have that many people playing, and you're the toughest player, man. So we're gonna guess how strong it needs to be, but there's gonna be a mechanic in place where if it gets killed within a certain amount of time, then when it respawns, it'll have more health, like say 10% more health or 15% more health. And then if it takes too long to kill it, like say over a week, then when it respawns, it'll have less health. So it's gonna be self-correcting based on how long it takes to kill it each time. So say we keep getting more and more players and it dies so much faster, then it'll just get stronger each time until it eventually like evens out. That makes so much sense. That's amazing. Good idea. Awesome. Yeah, it'll just get tougher and tougher, right? Because my original thought on it was like maybe I steamroll at first couple bosses, then yeah, and that I think that would be cool. Like my plan is to keep it numbered as well. And maybe like I don't know if it'll be in game or just like on the wiki or something, but the first time the boss is introduced is going to be like battle 1, and then you kill it and it respawns and it's like battle 2. So it's just going to count each time, and I want to keep track of like how much health it spawns with each time and how long it takes to kill it, who killed it, and all of like the leaderboards for it. So I want to keep track of all that stuff somewhere, like on the wiki or something, or in game, or whatever it ends up being. That way you can go back and look at each like battle with it. I mean, I did deal 50k on attack all hits, so if I build a single target build, you gotta expect me to be dealing 150k per hit at least. Yeah, and like I'm gonna take that into account. Yeah, I mean, if you make a spreadsheet with every world boss ever in it, we'll basically just cross-reference and make sure mine's correct and yours is correct. But that's what I'm gonna do for sure. I think the easiest way to do it will be, like, we already have the functionality to have the game send me an email. So when you fill out a bug report in the game, that goes to my email. So I think the easiest way for it to work, and I haven't talked to TJ about this at all yet, but the easiest way for it to work is just to have the game send me an email with all the stats and information in it. And then I just post that on the wiki, and then it's saved forever. So that's what I'm gonna do. I think that's the easiest way. It could also just be saved in game as well, but then it just becomes something that has to load every time, and it will eventually get pretty full of information. So yeah, in game it's just a massive library. Don't do that. Yeah, I'm not planning on doing it. I'm thinking it'll keep like the last 2 or something in game. Yeah, I think it'll have, and then I think it'll just link from the game to the wiki. Be like, do you want to see the entire history of World Boss? Then click this link and go look at our site. Yeah, that's gonna be a little ways off yet. I think it's cool. It's gonna be fun to think about until we start developing it, but or I should say I'm developing it, but when we start implementing it. And it is gonna take a little while to get done because we got a lot of stuff to do before that. I think I started saying it. I don't know if I got the full thought out, but we are going to do a pass on bugs and polish before we start on stash, which I know the stash just keeps getting pushed back, but unfortunately there is a ton of bugs in polish that has just been building up over the past year. You know, like everything ends up being like small priority, and now we've got like 100 small priority things, and it's like, all right, we need to stop for a minute and just fix all these like little menu things and all this stuff before we start pushing like another major update. Yeah, it's fine for now. I'm not going to be able to do crazy big grinds with challenges like I used to. I mean, I used to shred through tens of thousands of energy every weekend. Yeah, for sure. And I think like just getting like all of the polish stuff that's been hanging around forever, I think, excuse me, Paragon 308. I think getting a lot of this polish stuff and these little bugs fixed is gonna be good, because there is a lot of it. And a lot of the polish stuff, like, for example, there's like a weird, whenever it says, we'll look at this one when we get to it. Oh wait, oh my god, we're in challenges, so we won't be able to see it. But whenever it says salvage and rerun, it comes up and it says like, would you like to salvage and rerun? This will cost, like, there's like needs to be like a punctuation mark in there. So it's literally just copying and pasting and fixing like one sentence. So it'll take like a minute. Like, it'll literally take TJ longer to find where it is in the code than it will to fix it.
Hello, this is Clone334. If you're enjoying Clone the Radio and you want to hear new tracks before they're officially released, then you might want to check out my Patreon at patreon.com/clone334. You get access to all of my new music as soon as I make it, before it goes on the radio or on Bandcamp or streaming. So that's patreon.com/clone334. And now back to the music.
Can't he search for a word in the code? I'm sure there's all kinds of ways to like search for stuff in code. But I think the point still stands. It's going to take longer to find it in the code than it is going to be to fix it, because when he gets to fix it, it's literally going to be adding one punctuation mark in a capital letter instead of, and he'll have to find it in the code. So like, I mean, we can get real specific on how many seconds it takes to do each thing, but it's literally going to be like a 1 minute job to fix some of this stuff. Some of the stuff is will be a little bit longer, but like breaches having like a timer on them, not a timer on the whole breach, but like when you finish it tells you how long you took. I think stuff like that would help a lot and be super easy to add, because we're already keeping track of how long it took. We just have to display it. Like there's some other stuff like all projectiles in the game are hard coded and they just use the same arrow. And Ben literally drew like different arrows for each bow and each wand and stuff. So like we have like 10 different projectiles that we could use for different stuff. So when we add a new weapon that has a projectile, we should be able to choose which one it uses, but it defaults to this arrow. So he's gonna make it so it grabs from our sheet where I can change it. So you can put in an attack, be like, the attack is this, and it uses this projectile, and then it's like done. Yeah, just like a lot of it's not even bugs, it's just like polish is what we call it, where it's like it's working right. A bug means it's not working right. A lot of this stuff is like it's working fine, the code is fine, it's just not like, it's just like quality of life stuff, like little typos, little just like things that we can have fixed. Just like little stuff like when you salvage and rerun, it should play the sound that it plays when you salvage stuff, and it doesn't do that. Should probably edit a thumbnail. Man, I need food. Yeah, you better get some food and sleep. $3 p.m. and I need sleep again. And I'm sleepy again. I feel like 2 or 3 p.m. is like the perfect time for a nap. In my opinion. Here we go. Here's the Mo battle song. This one's a banger. I agree. I like this track a lot. It turned out really good. If they were all like this, I'd be like touring the world. Champerado. Damage reduction solstice snap. .2 mana regen, physical damage boost, and crit damage.
longsword. What's supposed to snap? This one rolled health regen and mana regen. Would've been cool if it had like a max XP boost though. One of the things I really hope gets done for the challenge update is saying how much energy or how many tickets you have left on the rerun screen. That'll be life-changing. Not personally too concerned about that, but I do think it's good to have, yeah. Yeah, I just think, like, when you're grinding, like, because I popped, like, how many did I do? 70, so I have 140 runs. I have literally no idea how many I've done. I have no idea. It could be 20, or I could be out next turn. Like, I have no idea. Yeah, I need to do a thumbnail. Alexa, turn left light on. Let's get a screen share. Move this over here. Let's get the camera open. I don't know what we're doing today. I mean, the classic just like looking excited face like is pretty good. I feel like I've done all the funny ones I could think of. I mean, we're on episode 40, so it's like I've done 40 of these now. I could give like the 4-0. That might be like some, who knows. Canopic jar. For episode 6-7, you'll need to do a 6-7 meme whether you like it or not. Only 27 days left. I don't know what a 6-7 meme is. I could dab. The kids still do that, or did 6-7 replace that? Sometimes on these thumbnails, you just gotta do it. Nobody's dabbed in years now, but I feel ya. Yeah. I assumed that, but I wasn't sure. Edit. Remove the background, please. Sometimes it doesn't want to remove the chair. Yeah, like, okay, AI, I have a lump on my back that looks like this. I mean, maybe. I don't want to, like, discourage anybody that does have a lump on their back, but seems like it would not be the default. See, I think it's really funny. Most have no idea what it means, and I don't want to know. It doesn't mean anything. That's the whole point of it. Whenever I was in high school, we had 37, and the joke was that 37 is everywhere. So every time somebody said 37, or a math equation equaled 37, or we saw a 37, or the clock said 37, it was like a fucking thing. So it's just really funny that like 6'7" is a thing now. Does it with 19? Yeah, I think like everybody's acting like it's new and dumb, but like we did that. I've been out of high school since 2004. So almost over 20 years. You know, so like, and we were doing it back then. Just the problem now is that there's social media and everybody like knows about it, right? See, 69 will always be funny because it means something. They spray painted 19 when they got to college from that school, and the college bathroom just said 19 all over them for a few months. That's hilarious. Yeah, there's like always something. Like, I mean, that's literally how 420 started too. Like it has a meaning behind it, but people just started saying it, right? People just decided like, oh, this number is funny. Like that's really like it. Lifesteal, crit damage. I've seen better grave fillers in my day. do this, and then maybe we'll get, since we crafted a pair of boots today, we'll see if we can get a pair of boots on here. Do I have boots in this folder? I do not. So we gotta go here. I think these boots are all like pixely. I need to get like high res boots. But they probably don't matter. Probably doesn't matter that much. Most people see this like thumbnail like on their phone, so they're not gonna be able to tell if these boots are fuzzy or not. Let's add a graphic. Speech bubble. Speech. And I'm gonna be saying, let's see. Nice, we leveled up again. Okay, let's rotate this. Then we'll add text that says, I want those boots. Come on. Maybe like a 40 size. I want those boots. There we go. Thumbnail accomplished. We'll move this down so it's behind the live stream text, I guess. Let's keep rerunning. That is a thumbnail. That is gonna have people clicking for sure. I'm probably gonna get like 5 or 10 views on this video because of that thumbnail. People aren't even gonna be able to help themselves. People click stupid stuff. The 6-7 thumbnail will get you like 100 times more views, easy peasy. If they see 6-7, they click. Yeah, we'll do it. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like, maybe I could like edit my hands doing this, and make it so that it looks like I have 6 fingers on one hand and 7 on the other. That would be funny. And I'm like giving the 6-7. We got like you said, we got a couple episodes to brainstorm it. That sounds spooky. I think that'd be hilarious. I've been streaming for an hour and a half. I'm gonna take a quick break. Give me like a couple minutes. Need to stretch, and I will be right back. A blade of end with thorns. Maybe I need to go back to town and see how much energy we have left. Curious. I'll be eating Swedish classic meatballs. Hell yeah. Champerado. Damage to elites, dodge chance. I know you're out there eating meatballs, but did you have a chance to listen to the podcast yet? I was gonna listen and the stream started right on. No rush. Gotta get your Dungeons of the Obelisk content as it's available. It's kind of funny how, like, the game's been out for however long, and I don't even remember when we added Trinity. probably within the first 3 months of actually releasing the game, so a year and a half or more ago, maybe. And we were talking about it, and I think Trinity actually isn't working the way it is supposed to. So TJ is going to take a look at that at some point too. And I think a fix to Trinity might make it a little bit more viable. Really? Yeah, so in the podcast I pull it up and read it directly, but the idea is Trinity is supposed to, if you would die, if an attack would kill you, okay, is what it says. If an attack would kill you, heal for 5% instead. So whatever your percent chance, whatever level your Trinity is, if it's max, it's 45%. So there's a 45% chance if an attack would kill you, heal for 5% instead. So you don't actually die. It's not a res ability. It's a, if you would die, it absorbs the attack, kind of like Mr. Donut does, and then heals you for 5%. That's how it should work. So you don't actually die. So that should trigger first, and then if you had the hourglass on, you would then die and resurrect at full health with a max hourglass, right? But apparently you still take the damage with Trinity. So I don't know if that changes people's view of Trinity. I think it still probably isn't super viable, but that's how it should work. It shouldn't res you at 5% health. So I was thinking about trying, once TJ fixes it, a 0 constitution, no points at all in constitution, run Trinity and Hourglass, and just max dex and then however much strength and karma you need. I think you still have RNG to compete with, but I think it would be funny at least. Paragon 310, they're coming fast and hard. Champerado. Physical damage boost and dodge chance. Going to the wiki to look at Mr. Donut. Wonder what I could do for Mr. Donut. I wonder if Mr. Donut had, instead of revitalize, mana regenerate. or as long along with Revitalize, he had Mana Regenerate. 5.9 double attack. That's almost the perfect Troll Piercer that we were looking for. I don't know why I can't find that 6% Troll Piercer. Damn, so close. Oh, why couldn't this had max Mana Regenerate too? 4.7 crit chance, 4.5 health regenerate, 242 karma, 7.7 boost to karma, and then a 7.6 mana regenerate. If that could have just been 10, it would have been so good. So close yet so far, yeah. Damn. That's probably the best Champerado I've seen so far. Or that I've gotten, I should say. But it's like, gotta have that mana regenerate, right? Like, that's the whole point of it. Double crit rolls. Yeah, no, I believe ya. Destiny. Mana cost reduction and health regen on this one. if I buffed Mr. Donut and he had like, let's say 10% mana regenerate on him, you could then run Mr. Donut, Pumpkinhead, Champerado, and you could have like easily 40% mana regenerate. So you could get the cost of like Dragon Twister down very low. That actually might be kind of crazy. Not much to increase your damage. But like, do you need to increase the damage of Dragon Twister? Like, you're not gonna get crit chance. I guess you get crit chance from your main hand if you run. Well, you're not if you're running the bow right now. So you'd be giving up Glimmer. But Glimmer is good because of the health regen. Typically for me, I'm not running Dragon Twister build because I crit for same amount. Yeah. But getting the mana cost down does increase your damage. It either increases your dex or your strength, right? So being able to put like another 200 points into dex. I mean, at your level, maybe it doesn't matter, but man, how much energy do we have left? There's no way to tell. Oh, this is like almost max on the mana regen. 4.2 lifesteal and 1.8 crit chance. So close again. I don't even care about the major trait. If that crit chance was like 5, whew. I need to tell, lock in. Yeah, you just grind until it's up, right? If you have to ask, you're not cut out. Speaking of grind life, I left some grind life stickers at the rest stop whenever we were traveling on Monday. And I'm curious if anybody will ever see them or like take them or whatever. It's so silly because it says hashtag grind life, but like I don't think anybody uses that hashtag. It could be anything actually, but it does say play Dungeons of the Obelisk on Steam under it. So hopefully somebody sees those stickers and is like, oh, I'll play that on Steam. I grind until inventory full and I have salvage or energy runs out. Yeah, yeah. Hell yeah. That's the way, that's all I can say. That's the way to do it, I guess. Oh, my Pokemon card that I ordered is out for delivery. Look at this hammer. Damage to elites and mana regenerate. So there's this guy on YouTube that does Magic the Gathering parody songs. And I think about it all the time, like how much of a niche that is. It's like, okay, this is only for people that are experienced enough at Magic the Gathering that they'll understand the joke. Plus, they're also interested in parody songs, right? So I feel like if I get to the point where somebody does a parody song about Dungeons of the Obelisk, that's like how I'll know I made it, right? I'll be like, yep, The game is 100% a success now. But if anybody's out there looking for ideas, Champerado, but like it's Desperado, but like Champerado. It would be a perfect parody song. As niche as it gets, yeah. I wonder if there's somebody that does like Diablo or something like that. Path of Exile parody songs. Wait, now I'm curious. Let's go to YouTube. Diablo. There is. There's a Justin Bieber parody for Diablo 3. Oh my god. There's Hey There Kadala, Diablo musical parody. Forge for Rush, Diablo 2. There's a Katy Perry, Diablo 3. Oh, it looks like there's this one guy that's doing a bunch of them for the most part. No, actually, there's quite a few. Oh my god, there's so many. All right, I can't start down this rabbit hole right now. I will put this out there though, if anybody can sing but needs the music, I'll write you the music for your Dungeons of the Obelisk parody songs. We can make it happen. I can't sing, so. Oh, well, we hit it. We have spent our energy. Returning to town. Assigning Paragon points. Well, we got 17 Paragon points during that jam. We're getting close. We got 29 more slots before we have to sort our inventory. No new useless baubles. No mail. What is in the shop today? Grinder Thunder gift box. We have enough crystals, we could get another something. But we've got Hourglass, we've got Wolfspoon, we got Mask. So like I'm not sure what else I would get. And then the same, we've got Gutso and we've got Glimmer. So I'm not sure like what other builds I would do. Maybe if the devs buff Mr. Donut, I would try that. Mana regenerate build. More mana regenerate for my Dragon Twister build. Just looking at all these Champerados, seeing what I've got. Here's a double attack chance one, but it's 7.3 on the mana regen. Might still be good. Did I change the name of my channel? I did at some point. It's been a little bit, yeah, but yeah, we're Dodo Official now. To try and do the branding. Hashtag branding. Oops. Oh, you remember me from Bit Hero days. Bit Hero days. Oh, hell yeah. Almost done with my Bit Heroes regen. Yeah, the Bit Hero days were good. Now we're Dungeons of the Obelisk. This is my game. I am the lead dev, the owner of Knobcat Games. Dungeons of the Obelisk, so this is what I play now to promote. So yeah. But yeah, cool to have you back. Yeah, we're on Steam exclusively for the time being until we save up enough cash to eventually someday port to mobile. But for now, Steam is the place. It's cool to have somebody else in the chat. Thank you for coming in. It's been a bit. It would be nice to have some more competition on the leaderboards. So it's like me playing my own game and it's Vant. And that's like the leaderboards right now. That's the only people, we're the only people moving at the moment. We got a lot of like lower level players, and what am I trying to say? There's a lot of people that come in, check it out, play for a decent amount, but don't oh yeah, World Eater is on the leaderboards. Ghost got a lot going on, but he does play from time to time. Yeah, and that's cool too. I definitely understand having stuff going on. So like I don't expect anybody to play forever all the time, but it's also here if you want to. Wonder what we'd have to do to get World Eater back. Do you still talk to him, Vant? I'm sure you do. He said something about more multiplayer stuff, like guilds and more game modes and whatnot. Yeah, well, but he would be interested in returning. World Boss might help a lot. Yeah, I mean, we're doing what we can. I've talked about this before, but like guilds just isn't in the realm yet. Like, I think guilds would be, number one, so much work. Like to do them right, it would take so much work. Like, yeah, we could cobble something together and be like, here's guilds, but like it wouldn't be good. My thought is like tier 3. So I've got a ton of stuff for tier 2 when we get there, and then tier 3, I think guilds would come in then. We don't have enough players to fill up more than one guild anyways, right? Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, like guilds right now, I think it would bring people in. People love guilds, but it's just not. Yeah, we've been up and down this road a little bit before, but there's just not. Number one, not enough player base to even have like 2 guilds competing against each other. And then I have a guilds document started. Actually, do I have an official guilds document started? I need to start a real guilds document for myself just to like congeal my thoughts on that. I mean, I could do a guild solo and that would get some competition. Yeah, that'd be hilarious. Just the guild's just called Vant. But no, I have like a whole bunch of like guild ideas. And of course you'd have to have like guild versus guild. You'd have to have a guild hall, which we have the guild hall, but there's no interior for it. You'd have to have all the art assets for that. You'd have to have reasons to be in a guild. And then you'd have to have like guild things. Like I do have this idea for guilds where you earn whatever they are, like tomes or something. And then you have a job in the guild, and then you work towards leveling yourself up for that job, and then that job gives the guild like other stuff. Like, I've got tons of ideas for it. It just has to be the right time. I think it's fun to talk about though. What am I doing? Let's grab some more energy and get back into challenges for now. We should be doing level 6, 7 in challenges. Would that be funny? Would kids watch that? I'm sure they would. Yeah, Chaos, if you check out the game and you run into anything, let me know. We have the Discord, and you could always DM me and stuff. So if you run into anything, like, it's been a little while since I've talked to a new player about their like onboarding experience. So if you run into like any issues, any questions, anything like that, it would be a big help to like know about that stuff. So you can either ask like in the public Discord, or you can DM me on Discord, or I think there's like, I don't know if you get notifications for Twitch whispers like properly. It seems like they never work, but it would be cool to have somebody check it out. Hold up, my buddy wants to play chess, gotta smack him. Hell yeah. Man, I used to play chess like crazy when I was a kid. It's been a long time. Now's a good time to start playing too, because we have the solstice celebration event going on. So you can get in, and the calendar for the month, which goes until, depending on your time zone, the 30th or the 31st, you can backtrack all the rewards off the calendar. So if you like start playing today, you can get the past like 17 days of rewards and kind of jumpstart into it. I also think when you start, there's a bunch of stuff in the mail that actually just gives you a ton of free stuff in the mail when you start too. Like, because there's like, I have a checkbox where I can put in like mail stuff, and then I can checkbox when it's like over. And I never checkbox for them to be over, so there's probably like every mail thing that I've sent for the past 2 years is probably still like active. I should take a look at those sometime. But I think it's cool for new players to kind of get a little jump start of like some free stuff. Sometimes I think about, like, I started streaming Bit Heroes in 2017, and I streamed like very regularly for at least 3 years, maybe 4, and then I started like dropping off because they like changed the game around and stuff, and I don't know, just life stuff. And then I got this idea where I would like make my own game, and we've been doing, man, when did we start? July 2021 is when we started. So 21 to 22, 22 to 23, 23 to 24. And then March of 24 is when the game released. March of 25 was our 1 year anniversary, and now it's now. So yeah, that's correct. It's quite a trip. But we have the public Discord. I have the YouTube channel. I have we have the podcast. We have the wiki. So there's lots of stuff. If you got any questions or anything, there's resources for it. I just realized our buff has ended. Let's return to town. Our buff ended. It's supposed to be 3 hours. And we've been streaming for 2.5 hours, and it has ended. So yeah, I'm gonna have to let TJ know about that for sure. I'm just gonna do it right now. I hate when you send a Discord message and you accidentally hit enter and send it before it's before you're done. Yeah, so let him know about this bug, which to me is a major freaking bug because a third of your baby Barsoom just disappearing is not good. Let's assign our Paragon point though. Now I'm kind of not sure. Oh, Rose has been on in a day. Oh, and this is for Loki. Yeah, I'm kind of not sure what I'm doing now. My buff is gone. So do I continue grinding or do I just bought energy, didn't I? No, I went to the store to buy energy. Oh wait, I drank it already. So we just drank energy and then I realized my buff was gone. I remember what's going on now. It's still early. I'm waking up. Let's just continue challenges anyways. And it's still good enough. But we are gonna fix that. I recommend not using any baby Barsooms until TJ figures out what is going on with them though. Actually, to the point that I think I should post that in the Discord. Let's go to Dodo Bug Report. Let's move this over here. Let's use an emoji. Just noticed on my stream that a baby Barsoom ended before its 3-hour. Always bugs. That's the... I mean, we're fighting mosquitoes right now. Maybe it's the, oh my god. Sorry. My, studio monitors. I need a new cable for one of them. Because it's like just a little bit too short and it like pulls on the back of my subwoofer. And then all the time, like if I slightly bump it with my knee, the subwoofer, it'll like turn off one of my monitors. And then I just have my sound coming from the one side, and it's so annoying. And then I have to wiggle the subwoofer until it comes back. I need to get a new cable. But yeah, I was saying like maybe all these mows that we're killing are getting revenge on us with the bugs. Beat them up in chess. We're playing again in a second. Hell yeah. I think a funny joke when you're playing chess is to like make your move and then say king me. Is that funny? Do people do that? If not, you should try it out and see if it's funny or not. Oops. Sorry, sometimes I get clicking on other stuff and forget to rerun. It always bugs me a little when I don't rerun fast enough. Sorry about that. You have to optimize the grind time. No, I was just looking around. Yep, it's fine though. I know. Sorry, I can't read. It's fine though. Like now I don't have the stream on my screen since I'm playing chess. I'm a notorious min-maxer in Bit Heroes. Yeah, I mean, you definitely got to optimize your time. Like that's part of the fun of one of these kind of games, right? You got to optimize, because if you're not playing optimal, like what is the point, right? But I'll tell you what I was clicking around on. Chaos, if you're still there, your thing is Chaos Orb. Is that the next to your name? That's a currency in Diablo, isn't it? Like Diablo Immortal? Or am I totally off? I'm gonna have to Google it if you're not here to answer. It like is super familiar to me. Wait, Chaos Orb is a magic card. I knew that. Oh, it's Path of Exile. It's Path of Exile. I haven't played Path of Exile in a while. I feel like I should dip back into it. What if Dungeons of the Obelisk had a giant skill tree? Should I start working on a skill tree? I don't think I like skill trees. I feel like they're one of those things where like my brain just can't figure them out. And I end up just always using like a wiki or a guide of some kind to fill out my skill trees. I know they're very popular in a lot of games, though. I used to have this chess game on our first computer that we ever had. It was called Battle Chess. And whenever you made a move, your piece would turn into the thing. And it would like transform, like say your rook would turn into like a rock monster, and it would like move to where you said, and then if it was like moving to where it killed like a bishop, it had like an animation for like killing that piece. It was so cool. I played it all the time. I'm dead lost. What's the matter? I don't know what's going on either. I'm just talking about shit. Oh, I'm so losing this game. Well, just move your pieces better. That's how you win. Well, we're almost to 3 hours on the stream. I'm probably going to end it around 3 hours, actually. That's plenty long enough to stream. Our buff already ended. And it makes for a long YouTube video later, too. So... see what we can get here in the next 5 minutes. All right then. I mean, that's fair, right? Also, it's about breakfast time. About time to go leave the studio, go get something to eat. Yep. 3 hours is definitely, that's more than a rise and grind. A rise and grind is like 45 minutes or something. Just burn the morning energy. This has been a serious grind. We used a baby Barsoom. We gained a bunch of levels. We met a new old viewer, a returning older viewer. I don't know how, that makes it sound weird. A person that used to view previously has returned, so that's cool. Streaming daily is starting to pay off, right? So I'm just gonna return to town right now. I might just keep the game open. I need to salvage my stuff. I'll probably sort my stuff off stream. We're back up to 7225 on crystals. So that is cool. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff to sort here. No new useless baubles for me yet. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna call it here. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching. If you're watching later on YouTube, leave a comment. Those really help, and we'll probably see you tomorrow morning. Bye.